stuff.
That way it gets everybody involved.
All right. So who are you guys again?
We work for the Washington Conservation Corps, and actually everyone that came out on this fire there's at least one person from each of the Port Angeles crews. We have trail crews, restoration crews, DNR crews out here, so a little bit of everything.
Nice. And just tell me a little bit about some of the stuff you've done this summer. When did you start?
Well, my crew is actually only a 6-month crew. We started in April, and we're just working trails up in the Olympic National Park on the Bogoshiel River Trail.
So my crew started in October, and we're working with Olympic National Park trails.
So how did you all get involved in the Paradise Fire? I mean, how did that come down?
We all got a call about it day after walking out of the backcountry.
Well, I got a radio call while I was still
backcountry.
in the backcountry from Luke, Ian's supervisor, saying, how many people do you have available to come out and do this fire? So as we're hiking out, I'm asking my crew members, who wants to go do this fire? I don't really know totally what we're doing. So we were just emerging from 8 days working trails. And then
Really? So you just got off pulling an 8-day
Yeah.
shift.
So
And
this is our
it's-
time off.
Yeah. And now on Thursday we go back into the backcountry, most of us at least, to do more trail work for 8 more days.
So you haven't had much R&R.
Yeah.
We'll have,
We love it though.
Yeah.
We have tomorrow.
It's a good
Yeah, we'll have
time.
tomorrow.
One
Yeah.
day off.
So that was the reaction of like, okay, yeah, maybe we'll go on a fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Everybody was pumped and ready to go. Everybody
Nice.
was just hopped right to it. I got the phone call since I'm not a trail crew member. I got the phone call and I got my red card and I was like, heck yeah, let's go out and do it. So this was actually my first trail work experience doing this. So and it was a blast. I had a good time. I got to meet a lot of good people. Got to work with kids that I wouldn't work with any other time either. So,
But I'm curious with the element in the fire in there. All right, how many of you was your first fire?
Fire response, yeah.
Most of you.
Yeah. Wildlife fire. Yeah.
Wildlife.
This was really a unique opportunity to be involved in a fire incident because we were able to sort of work in camp with a hand crew and kind of get to know what kind of work they do while they were helping us also to clear the trail up. It was 12 miles to the site, to the main site where they had camp. But otherwise, WCC supports and the camp crew. Otherwise.
Did you kick their butt?
Oh.
I mean, they had double the manpower.
It was about even.
Yeah.
We could keep up.
Yeah, we kept up. We kept up.
Did you
Yeah.
keep up with them?
10 people
It's
kept up
kind
with
of on
20
turf
people.
though, trails
Yeah.
in the rainforest.
Yeah, absolutely. And the trail crew that we worked with, I mean, they were big dudes too. You could tell that they were all ready and in shape, and a lot of them are already, have done multiple fires, within the past, even the past year. Some of them were saying they were doing 20 fires a summer. Which is just outrageous too,
Yeah,
and
it's
then
crazy.
just come around and just be pumped every time that they come out for a fire, and they're just like, yeah, trail work, so it was pretty cool. It was really cool to work with them, since they were from Oregon, Central Oregon.
Nice. So how did this project, as far as the intensity, the kind of work you were doing, and I know, from what I understand, that trail is one that hasn't had maintenance really in probably long years and years, and
More socks.
Yeah, more socks, my goodness,
It
yeah.
rained a lot.
It wasn't so much the work itself. We're used to the work. That's what we do. It was the weather that we weren't expecting, and that kind of took
really,
its toll on
so
us.
how so?
We just got rained on the whole time, and a lot of us were thinking we were just there for a couple of days, so we brought 1 pair of pants, 2 pairs of socks,
And they
that-
got you back
that
there.
ran out about
If they got you there, you.
It's doing what it should be doing, but we've been pampered this season because it's been so
dry.
dry. and sunny.
Wow. So, what kinds of thing? So, what are you all looking towards? I mean, this is a fun thing to do when you're young and strong and everything. Where anybody got any ideas what they want to do when they get into the real world?
big boy jobs,
Yeah.
and girl jobs. Sorry.
Well, I mean, I mean, I wanted to be a teacher specifically, so doing this is just a whole new experience, a whole new set of jobs, you know, for me to be able to take in consideration even after my 2 years are done with the Washington Conservation Corps. I really thoroughly enjoy the fire aspect behind it, though. I would really like to try to get on a Type 2 crew somewhere and do some fire stuff somewhere, anyways. That's just me, though. I don't know about these guys.
No, do tell.
I was a Corps member for 2 years, and I just got promoted to a supervisor, and I run my own crew now.
So, what are you guys going to do now? I mean, you're demobbing. What's your first priority?
Get the
Shower.
off.
Yeah, shower, yeah. Clean up a little bit, do
Have
some
a beer.
laundry.
Have
Yeah.
a beer.
Get some things ready for our next spike in 2 days. Yeah.
I'll be asleep like 8 o'clock tonight for sure.
I don't want to bombard you with like the big philosophical questions, but I'll throw in one. Yeah, but I will throw in one. So, you know, in the experiences you've had working with WCC, anybody have any, you know, thoughts or reflections on, you know, coming into it as a rookie and everything, you know, what your perspective on things were, you know, and on yourself, and then, you know, that if you had a little time now working in the backcountry, even if it's just been this season, any lights go on or anything?
For me personally, it's a humbling experience. You know, like you're out there in the backcountry, and you know you got to wake up and filter all your water. You know, you got to make sure everything's a lot cleaner than whenever you're just at your house, and you know you have to kind of prepare a lot more. So. It just kind of like puts things into perspective of how easy things are when you get out of the backcountry and when you're out of there. So, you know, being in the WCC and on a backcountry trail crew, just like, you know, when I come home after an 8-day spike, it just feels good to be home, and you know, it feels rewarding to come home and like sleep in a bed and stuff, and it just makes me, you know, happy that I have a bed to come home and a dry like roof over my head and stuff. And so, yeah, it just feels good, you know, like the work that we do is very gratifying because, especially working in a national park, it's also like really awesome, you know, working in like what I consider, as Ken Burns put it, the greatest expression of American democracy, being able to work in, you know, kind of that expression. So
It's kind of, yeah, that's what he said. And it was Wallace Stegner, you know, said that national parks were America's best idea. You know, and everything. And yeah, I was going to ask that, you know, reflections on working in a national park, or any thoughts on national parks or what they mean to you?
A lot of national parks are spread far out and few in between across the entirety of the U.S., more so in the western half than the eastern half. I'm from the eastern half, and there's not much for hundreds and hundreds of miles around. And so, you know, when you're used to cornfields and you're used to small hills, it's really easy to forget that there are places out here like this that just exist and that you can just go into and walk into and just see stuff. And so it's really a great reminder being able to work out here. I've written, like, you know, coming out and just going to work out in the mountains, and you're like, wow, this is really cool. I'm not used to this still.
Yeah, I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago and moved to Washington a couple of years ago, and to have the opportunity to work in a park and to live in a town where I could ride my bike to a trailhead is incredible. It's a really awesome experience, and spending 8 days in the backcountry is an awesome.
It's a camping trick every time.
Yeah, like we're doing awesome work. It's our perspective on, you know, things. I like to go hiking and backpack, and so it's a perspective on my recreational use and like what it actually takes, the resources that it takes to make trail, and also be mindful of your impact in the wilderness when you are sort of living out there like we are.
Will you? Do you think you're going to be national park junkies?
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Hope to make a career working within a national park or
Already kind of
bar
already.
options. Spend so much time in here, and
Yeah.
a lot of us on our off breaks still do outdoor adventure time. Too.
yeah.
Yeah, we just went to Yellowstone and Glacier, and it kind of made me appreciate the Olympics a lot more, just because of how busy, especially Yellowstone is, and then coming here where there isn't even a road that goes through the park, basically, and I don't know.
The Olympics are really cool in that most of it's backcountry.
Yeah,
And you can
definitely.
really
You gotta
find
work for those
peace
views.
time.
Yeah,
A lot
you
of
have to work for the
times.
swimming holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't just drive up to them.
Yeah.
And you think about it, a million acres is, not chump change. That's a
Yeah.
pretty good size area.
One of the coolest things about Olympic is that it's like so biologically diverse. It has the coast, and then it has the subalpine and the rainforest and everything. It's so unique, I guess that's why it is a World Heritage Site. But
And it
yeah,
has
it's
species that are just unique to this park.
like the marmot, and, the Olympic marmot, excuse me. But yeah, it's a great little area.
So, you guys do know next year is a pretty special year. You know what's up with that?
100-year anniversary of the National Park System.
So
I don't work
did
for the
you?
parks. I don't know.
So did you find your park?
This is it. Yeah, it's my home park right here. Yeah.
I found a park. I'd like to go.
All right. Well, I want to thank Washington Conservation Corps for a lot of hard work on the Paradise Fire in Olympic National Park. Be safe the rest of your summer. Have a good summer, and thanks again. It was great talking to you guys and meeting you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for the experience.
Sure. All right.